Welcome to the Evolve EdTech podcast. In this podcast, we share tips, tricks, and tools to help you incorporate new and engaging educational technology into your classroom to help you evolve the creativity, communication, and technological abilities of your students, colleagues, and school community. So sit back and welcome your host and Evolve EdTech creator, Tristan Heron.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to day 7 of the 12 AI Tools of Christmas for 2023. My name is Tristan, and I am so happy that you've joined us to learn about another fantastic AI tool that you could use in the classroom with your student. In today's episode, we are going to explore another tool which is really creative, and I think your students and maybe even yourself is going to have an absolute ball with, and that is the Bing Image Creator. We're going to go and explore this tool. We're going to create some images of our own with this wonderful AI-powered tool. Now, before we get into exploring the Bing Image Creator, just a reminder that we would love for you to connect with us here at Evolve EdTech. Make sure you go over and check out our website. It is full of tips, tricks, and tools, wonderful resources that will help you with your EdTech adventures. We'd also love for you to connect with us on our socials. We are active on Facebook, Instagram, X. So if you haven't done so already, I would love it if you would subscribe to the Evolve EdTech YouTube channel. Make sure that you like this video, leave us a comment, and let us know what we can do to help you. As I mentioned earlier, today we're going to explore Bing's Image Creator. This is a fantastic tool, and I think you will have lots of fun with this. So Bing's Image Creator is an AI tool that will allow you to generate AI images based on your text information and description. So we're going to use the power of AI and the magic of the human word to create some wonderful images in the Bing Image Creator. The best thing about this is it's absolutely free and you can access it really easily, and we'll show you how you can do that today. So why don't we head over to Bing Image Creator and start exploring it. So today we're going to demonstrate just a few of those simple features so that you can get started with experimenting with Bing's Image Creator. We're also going to give you some suggestions on what you could actually use the Bing Image Creator for in your lessons. And these are just a couple of ideas. There are so many ways that you could use this tool that we just don't have enough time to go through every single one of them today. But I'm sure you, your colleagues, and your students will be able to come up with some fantastic ways to use this really amazing free AI-powered resource in your classroom. So before we head over to Bing's Image Creator and start exploring it, I just want to remind you that these videos as part of the 12 AI Tools of Christmas series are just here to provide you with a quick overview of some wonderful AI tools. We don't have time to go into too much depth and have a look at every feature of every tool in every video. Otherwise, we would be here forever. These are more just to provide you with an overview so that you can decide if this tool is something that you would like to explore in the future. So let's head over to Bing's Image Creator and start exploring this tool and how we could use it in the classroom with our students. So once you head over here to bing.com/images/create, you'll end up on the Microsoft Bing Image Creator homepage. Here you will see we have some lovely images that are samples created by AI, and you will see that we create images from words with AI. We describe what we would like to create, and then we use the image creator to hopefully create an image that is representative of that particular description that we have popped into that description box. So what we are going to do here is we're going to start off. You will notice that it does require us to join and create. I'll show you what that looks like in a moment, but first up, let's go and pop in something that we would like to create. I think it is Christmas time, so let's pop in something related to Christmas. The more descriptive you are, the better the AI and the generation of the image will be. So really make sure that you are descriptive here in this description box. So I'm going to write here, because I am in Australia and it is a bit of a heat wave at the moment in summertime, I'm going to write something here to represent how some of us down here in the Southern Hemisphere are feeling at the moment with the weather. So let's pop in here, summertime in Australia at Christmas. All right, I'm going to click on the pink Join and Create button here. It's going to take us to the Microsoft login page. You will need an email address and it will need to be something connected to Microsoft. So unfortunately, if you are using Google at this particular time, you'll need to create a new Microsoft-based email address if you would like to use that. I'm going to pop in my email address here, my good old Hotmail email address, and we'll get started. All right, so we are in the image creator. I have signed in here, and we can see here that your image is being created by the AI. Okay, so here we go. We have some images that the AI has created based on my description of summertime in Australia at Christmas. And do you know what? They're intriguing. Some of these, yeah, they're interesting. Let me just say that here. We do have this idea of summertime. I can see this being a nice Australian city here. Okay, maybe Sydney or Melbourne or Perth or somewhere with a really nice beach. The Christmas tree is a bit out of touch there, but that's okay because I did ask for a Christmas element to be included in that particular image. What we can do here is we can head over here to the right-hand side and we can create again. All right. So this is going to go and create the same thing because I have left the same prompt there rather than changing that to something different. So we might see what this changes or if it changes anything, and then we'll try a different prompt to see what might come up. Do you know what? I don't mind some of these here. Merry summertime from Australia. I actually don't mind that. So these would make some really nice cards or social media designs or posters if you might like to share those with people. So maybe let's change this. Maybe let's have a look at a text that we teach with our Year 10 students, Macbeth. So create, how about I'm just going to try a simple one here. Let's say Macbeth after his successful battles. Let's see what this does. I'm not sure what this is going to create, but I'm hoping it looks something like the character Macbeth from Shakespeare's play. Let's see what it creates. Could be interesting. It's always a bit of potluck when it comes to what the AI generator will create. Do you know what? Not bad. Not bad. So you can pop in virtually anything here. So maybe we're looking to create some images related to some cakes that we might be making in food technology. So let's say a rainbow cake with chocolate icing. I'm not sure what this is going to generate. Let's have a look. It's generating, thinking. Now, remember, the more descriptive you are with that description, the better the AI image that will be generated for you. I'm actually quite happy with those. They look really, really realistic, really cool. Maybe let's try another one here. So let's do something maybe to do with a setting. So a haunted house located in an isolated forest in Northern America. Okay, so let's press create and see what the generation of this image is from the AI tool this time. All right, it's just generating. It does give you some tips here, okay, so that you are able to continue to improve those prompts, improve those descriptions. Okay, it's told us here that we have some unsafe image content detected. Your image generations are not displayed because we detected unsafe content in the images based on our content policy. Please try creating again with another prompt. So how about we change this to an old house located in an isolated forest environment. So I'm trying to think of a prompt that we could use for some creative writing. Let's see how we go this time. Hopefully that won't pick up and won't be considered inappropriate based on policy. Okay, these are really, really good. I like these. Look at the images. Okay, we've got some very suspenseful, surreal elements with the fog here, the sun. Okay, we're very dilapidated. We could do a lot with these images with our students. So let's say this particular image here is one that I would like. I can save that image to a collection, all right, which I can create. So I've got some different ones here. I can create a new collection. So we could say this is my creative writing prompts, and I can start saving those particular images into those folders so that I can use those again in the future. Let's head over here to explore ideas. Here you will see that there's a whole range of images that have been created here. We've got some Christmas, some autumn, some animals, a whole range of wonderful images that you could use yourself with your students. So have a look and see what's already been created and see how you could use those in your classroom. Just going to scroll down here to the frequently asked questions and just quickly look at some of these. So the image creator is a product to help users generate AI images with a text prompt, and the AI will generate a set of images matching that prompt. How cool is that? Pop in your prompt and hopefully the AI will be able to generate something that you can use. How do I use the image creator? Okay, we know that you need to sign up for a new Microsoft account or log in with your existing Microsoft account. Okay, you are granted with 15 boosted generations for image creator, and your images will be stored for up to 90 days. Type in any text description that you can think of to create a set of AI generated images and enjoy. So simple, so easy that your students can do this in your classroom. There's no waiting lists. What languages are supported? There's over 100 languages, which is fantastic. Okay, how can I create better prompts? All right, creating an image with Image Creator works differently from searching for an image in Bing. It works best when you're highly descriptive. So get creative and add details, adjectives, locations, even artistic styles such as digital art or photorealistic. So really being very specific and descriptive will help improve those AI generated images when you're using Image Creator. So this is really, really cool. You will see so many wonderful ways that you could use this tool with your students in the classroom. And the best thing is it is absolutely free to use. I'm going to head over here because this is intriguing me, where I'm going to click on the Surprise Me tab up here in the top right-hand corner. So we're going to click on this and we're going to see what happens. So we've got here the number 2 made out of leaves on a teal background, photorealistic. Okay, let's press create. I'm going to use one of my boosts. Okay, remember your boosts are what help create those images quicker. If you run out of those boosts, so your image generation will take just a little bit longer, but that's okay if you're patient. So let's press create and see what this wonderful tool will come up with. Okay, that's really cool. So if you're creating some images, if you're doing some designing, okay, you can create these using the Bing image creator. So simple, so amazing, and they look really stunning. All right, now we've had a bit of an explore. We've had a go at creating some images using some different prompts. We're going to head back to the Canva presentation, and I'm just going to talk to you and provide you with a couple of ways that you could use this tool with your students in the classroom to create some really engaging resources, prompts, images, whatever you would like to use in whatever capacity you would like. So let's head back and have a look at that now. All right, so as I mentioned, there are so many ways that you could use this tool in your classroom with your students. I've just brainstormed a couple of really quick, simple ways that you could use the Bing image creator with your students. So let's go and have a look at these now. All right, maybe you use the image creator to get your students to create visual representations of environments and environmental issues. So maybe you're doing some social studies or geography. How cool is that? So representing some of those issues that are prevalent within our environment. Maybe you try and get students to create some headshots of characters or historical figures, a little bit like the Macbeth example that I just showed you. So maybe if we're looking at a text or we're looking at a period of history, we create some images using this AI tool of those particular people. I can guarantee that every single one of your students will produce something unique and different, which is great. Imagine being able to compile that, share that, get your students to explain why they included certain information in their prompt to generate that particular image. A really cool way to get your students to visualize characters or to look at them through a different perspective. We might even be able to generate images for different seasons or holidays that we could use in different presentations. So we looked at some from summertime here in Australia. We've got Christmas, you might have Halloween, you might have all different kinds of holidays or seasons, and you can get your students to generate some images that they might be able to use in their presentations or collectively as a group or a class. Really simple, really cool. You might get your students to visually represent ideas or concepts about people, culture, society, or interests. So maybe we're looking at sports or hobbies. Maybe we're looking specifically at some culture from different cultural groups. Maybe we're looking at Harmony Day. We're looking at ways to represent people, places, societies. Ask the Bing image creator to visually represent some of those ideas or concepts through images. How cool to see what your students could come up with based on those descriptions that they use in that prompt. You might get your students to generate scary characters for Halloween. Okay, just be careful, obviously, with those prompts because we've already seen today that my prompt was restricted earlier. I didn't think there was anything too significantly bad about that prompt, but obviously the policy picked up something. So if you're getting your students to create some scary characters, just make sure that they're thinking about what might be acceptable and what might not be acceptable. You might get students to design sets for art or drama. Okay, maybe it's for a film course. Maybe it's a storyboard, and you are going to use these images in some capacity to help you plan and visualize what your story, what your narrative, what your documentary, what your performance is going to look like. So have a go and see if you can create some set designs using the Bing image creator that you could use. You might create some AI images of cakes or foods. Okay, we looked at that with our cake and it did a really good job. So maybe get your students to create an AI generated image of something that they would like to create. How cool is that? Fantastic. So easy, so simple. You might even look at your students being able to visualize new and alternative art forms based on artists that they might have been studying or exploring. So taking some of those different elements and using those in the prompt to see what they would generate. The world is really endless, but just make sure that those prompts are really descriptive and you are really being very specific so that the prompt is able to be generated using AI in a way that is going to create something that you are looking for. But ultimately, get your students to go and experiment. Go and experiment yourself. Have a little bit of fun and see what you can come up with. There's a lot of things that we need to do in education, and some of them are not fun. But here is a chance to play around with a really simple free AI tool that you can have a lot of fun with. And I think your students will absolutely love this tool if you use it in your classroom. Well, that was just a very quick introduction to the Bing Image Creator. I think I love it. I am going to use it next year when we head back to school here in Australia. I know that at my particular school, we're going one-to-one with our students for the first time ever. And I am so excited to see how I can incorporate AI and a range of different EdTech tools into my teaching and learning programs. And this is definitely a tool that I will investigate and I will consider using myself within my own teaching and learning repertoire. Well, just like I say every time, go and experiment, play around and see if the tool is right for you. Anyway, that brings us to the end of day 7 of the 12 AI tools of Christmas for 2023. We have only 5 more tools to go. Can you believe that? 5 more tools to go. But we've still got some big ones to come. So make sure that you checked our past episodes and you come back tomorrow for day 8 of the 12 AI tools of Christmas. We can't wait to see you then. Anyway, my name is Tristan. Thank you so much for joining us again. And we will catch you again tomorrow for day 8. Until then, everybody, stay safe.
Thanks for tuning into this episode of the Evolve with EdTech podcast with your host, Tristan Herring. If you loved this episode, please rate, subscribe, and leave a review wherever you listen to our podcast to help others find it. Once again, thanks for listening, and we'll catch you again in the next episode of the Evolve with EdTech podcast.